And then how did you at what point did you get the idea that, human development, helping people, seeing that I guess you could support people in having their best lives. When did it become like maybe something you just did for your girlfriends when you were talking to your friends, and then you were like, no, I got to do this, I get to do this, and then all these other things I did, and however you want to talk about how you, came to where you came to here, put you on this path, and because it's a culmination of many of your gifts.
Absolutely.
And you still do many of those other things as well. It's not like you're, one's totally in the back burner.
Right. No, it's a really good question, Anne-Marie. And for me, when I coach my clients, because I'm also a business and personal coach, I say, don't think of career transition, think of career translation. And all we ultimately do, with the exception of going back to school and learning a whole new set of skills, but usually we translate our gifts and our skills and our talents and our abilities just into another forum. And that's why I call it career translation. I love to, what I call Queen of the Snappy Soundbite. That's what my new book is all about, which is The Courage to Sparkle, which is really about looking at life's lessons as your really the biggest classroom in the world, which is life, of course. So basically, my background was as an actress, stand-up comic, arts educator, and I also had to earn a living at the same time. And while I definitely earned a share of my living as an actress and stand-up comic and one-woman show arts educator, I became a body worker. I was a massage therapist.
Right, you were in
I was a medical massage therapist for years. And what has always fascinated me, and I think, we teach what we need to learn in life. And I've noticed my own places that felt very stuck. And I became fascinated to really study what is the gap between knowing and doing. What are the through lines of people who use their obstacles to keep them back, and what is the through line of people who use their obstacles to reinvent themselves?
Yeah, or push them.
And so really seeing what that connection was became fascinating to me. And so I was acting, and my one-woman shows always had a transformational theme to them. It's just what intrigued me. And then about a dozen years ago, I kept hearing about life coaching, and I thought, I don't want to be a therapist. And I started to ask my massage clients. And I said to them, I'm thinking of becoming a life coach. And they're like, what the heck is a life coach? I said, well, you take the person from where they are to where they want to be, and you help them create a trajectory. You look at beliefs that support them, beliefs that aren't, and you help them to realign their beliefs, and then you hold them lovingly accountable, and you support them and cheer them on. And every single one of my clients said, excuse me, but that's what you've been doing with me for the last 15 years. And I said, really? And they're like, yeah, are you thinking of becoming a life coach? I go, uh-huh. And they go, does that mean I don't get the massage anymore? And I said, well, pretty much. And so
they were like, no, don't do it.
No, don't do it. So it took several years. I did about 6, 7 different trainings. And then I really missed working with large groups. And there I translated my 4 one-woman shows into my motivational humorist. I love entertaining people, but I much prefer to edutain people. I love the marriage between educating and entertaining. That when people can really embody their learning, that's why a lot of my speaking is very body-centered.
Physical oriented, yeah.
Because we can think it, but it's a long road between here and here, and when we actually embody the work, it's a game changer. So that's basically what my trajectory has been.
Right, and it's interesting because when you were here, about I think it's 5 or 6 years ago now. It's like 206 or something like that. You were at that time was more. It was called like a luscious life, which I always thought was like. And now we're like sparkling. I mean, they were sparkling back then, but now it's like more sparkling. But